Controlling output format makes sure you get exactly the structure you need. When you don't specify a format, you're leaving it up to the AI's default choices, and those can vary every time. Take a simple prompt like this one. List the benefits of exercise. Depending on the model and the moment, you might get a numbered list, you might get bullet points, you might get a few paragraphs, or even a mix of all three. None of those are wrong, but if you needed a clean bullet list for a slide, the paragraph version means more clean-up work. Being explicit about format removes that ambiguity. You tell the AI the shape you want, and you get output that's immediately usable instead of something you have to reformat by hand. So, what can you actually ask for? There are a few big families of formats. First, lists. You can request bullet points, a numbered list using 1, 2, 3, or even a checklist with empty checkboxes. Second, structured text. Things like headings with H2 for each section, short paragraphs of 2 or 3 sentences, or 1 line per point. Third, data formats, which are great when another tool will read the output. You can ask for JSON, CSV, a markdown table, or XML. And fourth, specific structures, like a pros and cons table, an FAQ style with question and answer pairs, or step-by-step instructions. The trick is simply to name the format you want directly in the prompt, usually with a short line that starts with the word format. The right format usually depends on who's reading the output and how they'll use it. For developers, lean toward code-friendly formats. If you ask for 5 common HTTP status codes, you can specify a markdown table with columns for code, name, and when it's used, so it drops straight into documentation. For reports aimed at a manager, structure it professionally. An executive summary in 2 or 3 sentences, key metrics as bullet points, and recommendations as a short numbered list. For social media, the constraints are different again. A tweet needs to stay under 280 characters, maybe include 1 or 2 emojis, and end with a call to action. Same underlying task, very different formats. Always ask yourself who the audience is before you pick the shape of the output. There are a handful of keywords that give you precise control, and they fall into 3 groups. The first is length control, phrases like maximum 100 words, exactly 3 sentences, brief versus comprehensive, or one-liner versus detailed explanation. The second is structure control, use bullet points, numbered steps, paragraph form, table format, or a code block for examples. The third is style control, plain text only, markdown formatting, no headers, or include emojis. The real power comes from combining them. Imagine asking for a meeting agenda with a title line, attendees as a bullet list, agenda items numbered with time allocations, a notes placeholder, and action items as a checklist, all kept to roughly 1 page. Each line of that spec is just one of these keywords stacked together. Let's lock this in with practice. Try matching a task to its ideal format. API documentation, a daily stand-up update, a product comparison, release notes, and interview feedback. For each, ask who's reading it, how they'll use it, and what structure serves them best. API docs love tables, a stand-up wants short bullets, a comparison calls for a table plus a verdict. This lesson also has 2 exercises: writing marketing copy with specific format and length requirements, and building a multi-section product comparison with a table, pros and cons, and a conclusion. The best way to learn this is to do it. Head to the lesson page on FreeAcademy.ai and run these prompts in the interactive playground right there, or paste them into an AI assistant like ChatGPT or Claude. Clear format specs are what make your output instantly usable.